Sarah Vine tears Harry to shreds over stealing UK tax. Your mates at Netflix will pay. Prince Harry has launched legal action against the government over the decision to take away his police bodyguards, claiming it's unsafe for his family to return to the UK without them. Royal commentator Sarah Vine has written an article named Prince Harry, if you still want security for the family, make sure your mates at Netflix pay for it. She wrote, Prince Harry does pick his moments, doesn't he? Just in case the Queen had temporarily forgotten about the nightmare that he and the Duchess of Sussex have visited upon her in recent months, here he is to remind her that, whatever other pressing issues she might have on her plate, it's all about him. What a whining, pathetic bore this man has become. What an entitled, tedious little ingrate. He's trashed his family, splashed his grievances all over the world's front pages and kicked his 95-year-old granny when she's down. Now he needs to make sure that he doesn't demand she, or the British taxpayer, has to stump up for his family's protection when they are in the UK. Let's be in no doubt, it was Harry and Meghan's own decision to leave behind their royal trappings in search of a different life in America. Theirs and theirs alone. And while they may delude themselves that they were forced into exile by an ungrateful nation insufficiently appreciative of their gracious presence, the truth is they really didn't have to go. They went because it suited their purpose, and because their ambitions exceeded what they saw as the parochial, limiting confines of dear old Blighty. They went because they had convinced themselves that they were being poorly treated, when in fact they had every opportunity to make a success of things. They just couldn't be bothered to try. Which is fair enough, it's their life after all, their choice. But own it. Instead, they've spent the past 2 years blaming everyone else. When it was not other people's approach towards them that caused all their problems in the first place, it was their appalling attitude and their determination to see the slightest criticism as an act of aggression. Anyone who treated them with anything other than total sycophancy, even within the ranks of their own family and advisors, became an enemy. Truth is, we all adored them both until they started acting like a pair of woke evangelists, lecturing the world about how people should behave while demonstrating spectacular levels of hypocrisy and arrogance. Hopping on private jets when it suited them while going on about climate change, luxuriating in the generosity of the British taxpayer and the trappings of their royal standing while refusing to play their part with anything other than resentment and rancor, abandoning their duties for the sake of a life without responsibility, but with a newfound opportunity to trade on their titles and status to secure lucrative deals abroad for spilling the royal beans. They cast themselves as victims at every turn, refusing to accept their own part in this tedious and never-ending drama. Fact is, they lost their taxpayer-funded security protection because they chose to relinquish their royal status and move halfway across the world to the sunny uplands of California. Why should the British people continue to pay for two people who want nothing to do with Britain or our royal family? If someone quits their job for more money and better perks, then badmouths their previous employer all over town, they can't also demand they keep their old company credit card, can they? Let's hope that's not what Harry is asking for. If you want security, Harry, make sure your new mates at Netflix pay for it. I'm sure they'll be more than happy to stump up in exchange for another no-holds-barred moan-a-thon about the wicked folks back home. The fact that he is choosing to embark on this course of action in such an aggressive way and through legal channels at a time of great difficulty for the Queen is just the last straw as far as I'm concerned. Proof, if proof were needed, that Prince Harry really has become the kind of fellow who would sue his own grandmother.